Okay guys, in this video we're going to take a look at the Real1S. This is the Stretech-X version of the Real1 frame here that I reviewed a couple weeks ago. Basically the original Real1 here, this is a True X frame, so it's same distance front to back as side to side, but the Stretech-X version is a little bit bigger. It's a 235mm motor to motor. It's about 135 millimeters side to side, but about 195 millimeters front to back. So a couple other differences here. These brace things on the side here that brace the arms. It's a little bit thicker here. It's 6 millimeters here. It's 5 millimeters on the first version. It's because it's longer, so it needs a little bit more mass or for strength. And then the thickness of this piece of carbon here is still 2.5 millimeters. It's also 2.5 millimeters on the old version. The side plates on the top here are the same. They're 2 millimeters on each for the side plates. They increased the top plate here from 2 millimeters on the old version or the original, and it's now 3 millimeters. For whatever reason they decided to bump up the thickness on this plate here, maybe because people were breaking their VTX antenna here in the back, possibly. I'm not sure why you would want to pop your antenna straight up here in the back anyway. It's probably a bad idea, and I won't be doing that. I also changed the location of this standoff here. On the original, the standoff was too far forward, and the camera couldn't angle up enough. Well, if you wanted to angle up the camera, this standoff would block it from being angled up too far. But I think that they've actually moved it too far back. They moved it all the way back to where the top plate is. They should have moved it back just a little bit, kind of halfway between where it was and where they put it, kind of in this area here or about right here. Because it does weaken this area in the front here. You can see I can probably flex it a little bit, and if it's a little bit further forward, it still gives you enough room for the camera to tilt up more, but also giving you strength here. It's not a big deal, but I'm kind of wondering why they moved it so far back. The pod, interestingly, is the same size on both of these. So if you happen to break the pod on either of these, you can just get the Real1S pod, and it comes as a spare part, which comes with the standoff in the further back position, which is probably what most people would want anyway. And so if you happen to break the pod, which I think a lot of people are breaking them down here, that's probably the weak point here, where in a really hard crash it crack down here. It should be thicker, but they essentially designed the lower parts the same. Looks like they got rid of this cutout here that is not here. See, that's solid here, and for some reason they have a cutout here. So if you end up breaking this pod, usually if you break it back here, you can just get the spare part for the Real1S, and you'll get the basically all the improvements for the standoff for the back, and this is reinforced here, so should be better overall. Now the rest of the pieces are the same. The arms are the same thickness, 4 millimeters, but they got rid of the hole in the arm here, which just weakens the arm, so that's good. They fixed that problem, but you won't be able to use these arms or the Stretech-X arms on the original, because these are longer for obviously for the Stretech-X frame design. So if you happen to break one of these arms, I'm not sure if they sell spares of this one where they don't have the holes or not. Probably still does, so just something to keep in mind. Now the actual construction, the build of the frame is exactly the same. Same parts, same screw sizes and everything. So I'll put a card in the corner. You can watch this video here or explain how this is put together. It's actually not very hard to put together. It takes about 10 minutes to put this together. It's pretty easy for you to put together. Now because this frame is a little bit bigger than the original, it does weigh a little bit more, so it's 110 grams now, and the original is 105 grams. So if you want to go for the Stretech-X frame, you're going to gain about 5 grams. Anyway guys, that's going to do it for this little quick overview video of the new Stretech-X version of the Real1S. Probably going to be building this one out versus this one, although I might maybe put some old Racer Star motors on this one and maybe build out maybe a cheaper build. I'm not sure yet. Let me know in the comments below what you guys think. Maybe I can do a budget build for this one and maybe a little more higher end build for this one. That's kind of what I'm thinking at this point, but I'm not sure exactly when. But throw me some ideas, throw me some parts you want to see in these in the comments below, and I'll talk to you guys in the next video.